Hi, and welcome to A Punk with Toys. My name is Lawrence, and in this classic review, G.I. Joe, a Real American Hero, we're going to go take a look at Major Bludd. As you can see, obviously, he's not boxed. This is my original Major Bludd from the 80s, probably, what, 84 or so. I don't remember getting him, as I don't remember getting a lot of the figures. But we're going to take a look at him, see how he looks, see how the detail is. All the stuff is the original, the same as I always had, and he's in pretty good shape for a figure that I played with an awful lot. So anyway, we're going to take a look at it. If you have any stories about Major Bludd, maybe he was your favorite character, maybe he creeped you out, maybe you weren't allowed to get him, please tell me in the comments. Let me know if you have a pretty cool story about Major Bludd here. We all seem to have some stories about specific characters, and I find it fascinating how we can sometimes remember certain things about specific toys to take us back to a time, maybe a happier time. Hopefully it's a happier time. But anyway, let's get into this, take a look at them and see everything. But before we do, if you like this type of content, you like the classic reviews that I'm doing of G.I. Joe, a Real American Hero, take a second, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I drop one of these. Alright, so here we have Major Bludd again, my childhood Major Bludd. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start off taking a look at his accessories, which is his rocket gun. And again, I always thought this was really cool. I never fully understood what it is. I mean, it was a rocket gun, but when you really look closely at it, you kind of get it here. There's the tip of the rocket. I guess we knew that. And even though down here there wasn't anything, that's actually the rocket, the way that it's supposed to shoot out. So I always thought it was pretty cool. You got a nice little grip right there. You got your iron sight right there. So really cool. Again, you really couldn't use this on other figures. It was specific to him. And I like even the fact that you got this tip right there. So when that gets compressed, this thing is going to explode. Then we got his backpack here, which there are his rockets. And again, if you've never paid attention, the rocket is already loaded on there. And again, I mean, this is something that, in my opinion, you're forward thinking, because look at that. It tends to match up almost exactly the way that it should. So, taking a look at this, we have the three little rockets right there. Just a little piece on the bottom here. What looks like maybe a pouch on the top up here. And same with here. So, and again, always on the backpacks. It is slanted a little bit so it follows his back. Now as for Major Bludd, I love this figure. So good. Awesome handlebar mustache. He's got the patch over his eye, which kind of just blends right into his helmet. Eyes pretty much the exact same, but look, you can see the wrinkles in his face. Nice little eyebrow. Look at that. Even the wrinkles right by the eye right there. Just so much detail is actually put into this that I never really noticed. And then he has a very similar helmet to the Cobra Trooper, Cobra Officer, but it's all black. He has this, I can't call it a plate carrier, but some sort of chest armor. Here's the dog tags of all the soldiers, Marines, sailors, airmen that he's killed. Looking up here, he's got his nice collar that just kind of runs around there. And then once again, the way this thing is kind of snapped together, when you do look at it, you can see it looks like there's supposed to be a little bit of padding on it, so it won't just kind of rest on his shoulders and kind of dig into it. And even on the chest piece, again, look how it is supposed to strap together. So as it sits to the back, all this detail to hold it together. This is stuff that a lot of people would not have really thought about. I know I sure the hell didn't. All right, he's got his bicep here. There we got the, I have no idea what that is. Maybe it's just another insignia, but just a little bit of detail on his glove there. Then we get the armored arm, the mechanical arm, which I never understood why. I never understood why this didn't articulate. But we never have to worry about it breaking. But look at it. You can tell here that it is supposed to be some sort of robotic arm, I believe. I've always wondered is this supposed to be something that he's just covers his arm? And then someone said they always thought there was something that was supposed to cover his arm to protect it from the rocket shooting off, so his arm pretty much wouldn't get blown off. I always thought this was some sort of robotic arm. I think that is, at least the classified version is definitely like that. And then you can always drop it in. You never have to worry about this thumb breaking either, so that's actually pretty cool. Then getting down right here, all right, he's got his sidearm. There's a nice little strap. Again, there's the, I hate when I forget the stuff. There's your belt buckle that's holding it together. You can see the nice grip there. It's even got a little strap here to hold that down. And then he's got these really smooth boots. They go right below the knee. And again, it looks like these kind of just flap on over. So there's no laces in it or anything. And he does have a little bit of a heel right there. So I recently had Patrick Stewart on my Thursday with a Friend, if you don't know who he is. He does articulated points, and he pointed some stuff out comparing how the O-rings are a little bit different than the Super 7. And I had never noticed this, but on the arms, the rivets are, this part of the rivet is always on the outside. So where the actual top pin is, it's always on the inside. And he also talked about how here at the swivel arm battle grip here, it doesn't break the mold. It's always even. And that's something that I had never noticed. And he also pointed out how almost all the faces are molded in the color, the plastic color that they're supposed to be, where they're not actually pre-painted. That's something that I had never noticed, but I thought it was something pretty interesting for me that he mentioned. There's like, wow, that kind of makes sense why I see some of these new O-rings, especially the Super 7, they just didn't look right. And I couldn't pinpoint why they didn't look right, but then I kind of got it. So I remember I would a lot of times keep this gun in this hand, but I always hated it. It just reminded me of a Star Wars figure. He just kind of, sat it straight up. He couldn't really bend it. So I normally would keep it in his left hand. But again, new O-ring, that's about the only thing that I've changed on him. He still moves pretty well. All right. So looking at his articulation, you have the head that turns side to side. They can't do a full spin. You have this arm, which does go up and like this, but obviously no bend here. Here's your T-pose, your swivel arm battle grip, 90 degree as always. You got the O-rings so they can turn side to side. Look forward. T-pose only goes about that far. Don't try and press these because the last thing you want to do is break one of your crotches. I can't believe I said that. And knees do about a 90 degree. So no problem really posing this guy as well as you can pose an O-ring figure just like that. So there you go. That is the G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero classic review of Major Bludd. All right, so there you go. That is Major Bludd. Tell me what you think about his arm. Why was his arm different? Why did they make it not fully articulated? That never made any sense to me, even as a kid, the way that it was. At least we never had to worry about a thumb breaking. I guess I never have to worry about, the arm breaking off, the same as my sad retro flint, or my original flint. But anyway, tell me a story about this if you have one. Tell me if you like this figure. Was he one of your favorite figures? Was he one you just absolutely hated? I'd love to hear a story. But anyway, I'm going to get out of here. But please, before we do, take a second. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I drop a classic review. So I'm going to get out of here. Don't go anywhere. Right up here is going to be the review of the Polar Battle Bear. And here will be a playlist of all the G.I. Joe classic reviews that I've done. Take care.